is Sharice Stevenson, and today I will be exploring the world of teletypewriters and telecommunication devices for the deaf. This presentation will cover the functionalities of these devices and their overall benefits and limitations in society. You discovered that you have a hearing loss. Many questions are now surfacing. Will I still be able to work? How will I get the assistance and technology I need to function on a day-to-day basis? Will I ever be able to conduct a telephone conversation again? This can be an overwhelming time in a person's life. However, you're not alone. There are many resources available to help navigate and assist you with maintaining your quality of life. A teletypewriter looks like a word processor. It has a keyboard and a display screen. They actually look pretty ancient when you see them now. The information you send with your TTY is converted into signals and travels through the telephone lines. That's why you both need to have one. To make a call with a TTY, you turn it on and dial your friend's number on the regular telephone. Then you place the telephone's headset on the TTY coupler, which is like a computer modem. A pattern of lights on the display screen tells you that someone answered the TTY. To answer a call, you would first notice that someone was calling because of a flashing signal light. You would then put the telephone headset on the TTY and turn the TTY on. Then type your greeting and continue your conversation. When you are finished saying something and you want your friend to reply, you would type GA, which means go ahead. When you are finished with your whole conversation and are going to hang up, you would type SK, which means stop keying. In the following slide, you will see a review of all the parts of the device.
This is the printer compartment. These are the acoustic cups. Display screen. Call signal status indicator light. Power on-off switch. Power indicator. Return key advances printer paper by one line, and when doing a manual phone call is pressed to engage the phone number when you are calling. Scroll key scrolls messages forward on the screen. This is the space bar. Control key. Press other keys while holding this key down to activate special TTY functions. Some people believe the TTY requires a direct dedicated telephone line to work. This is incorrect. All it requires is a power source and a phone. On the bottom is the battery compartment location. The letters GA mean go ahead. It's your turn to type or talk. GA to SK means I'm finished. Do you have anything else to say? SK to SK means we're finished. Phone has been hung up.
In the past, to communicate over long distances, it was always necessary to have an interpreter in the room with the telephone. In the event of two deaf individuals, an interpreter would have to be at each end. This was highly inconvenient. Therefore, it was important for the hearing impaired community to have a more effective way of communicating, which is why by the 1960s and 70s, communication services for the hearing impaired became a phenomenon. The Americans with Disabilities Association, in their Telecommunications Act, Section 255 Accessibility Guidelines, outlines all of the standards and regulations wherein which companies had to employ best practice policies to support their customers who were hearing impaired. The end of this presentation provides the ADA website that explains the hearing impaired requirements for the public and private sector. There are many benefits to using TTY. TTY allows hearing impaired, deaf, and speech impaired people to communicate via phone. It provides easier access to emergency services such as the police and the fire departments. TTY gives users the luxury of picking up the phone and conversing regularly. It also makes it possible to connect to TTY devices all over the world. Conversely, TTY and TDD devices can be pretty costly. Devices range anywhere from the hundreds to the thousands. TTY users must also know how to type. The alarmingly high spelling error rate of 5 to 6% may sometimes cause a problem in communication. In addition, if a TTY user is especially chatty, the other party must just sit quietly until the chatty person sends the message, which they then must read and respond to. Lastly, a conversation such as this would end up taking much longer than the average telephone. Did you know there are common courtesies associated with TTY communication? Some include allowing the TTY phone to ring at least 10 times, omitting unnecessary punctuation, and using spaces between sentences, such as a cue to indicate a question, and disregarding all printouts of TTY conversations immediately. Fun facts. The deaf community is responsible for the shorthand communication that we commonly use today. To the left of your screen, you will find commonly used abbreviations. To the right of your screen, you will find a sample TTY conversation used in real time. Another interesting fact is that 500,000 TTY users communicate using ASL, for which there is no written counterpart. ASL also has a grammatical system which differs greatly from that of standard English. And lastly, interestingly enough, the advancements in technology are probing the TTY device to become obsolete. Here, you will find a list of resources that can help you with maintaining your quality of life, as well as information about the direction of future hearing assistive technology. My name is Sheree Stevenson. Thank you, and good night.